everyone, and happy Monday, Easter Monday, because yesterday was Easter. And I was talking to my kids. I was like, can someone please tell me, because I still don't know today, like the whole Easter bunny thing and the eggs and like where all that came from, because we were at an Easter pageant, and Easter to me was always about Christ being risen, right? And that was why we celebrate Easter. So I was so confused at where the eggs and, I get the gifts at Christmas, right? Because everyone gave gifts to Jesus when he was born. But again, I was confused on that. So some of my kids were like, yeah, I think we're nixing this whole Easter thing with the baskets, because I'm really kind of feeling like just helping the children understand why we celebrate Easter is a smart thing. So that was what I spent my time doing over the weekend. And I know RenataSmith here and I were talking about how it just looks so different today than when we were raising our kids. And, everything was just such a big event. All the holidays were, and it was quieter this year. And we just loved it. We loved it because as grandparents, we love it being a little bit quiet. And today is April 1st, which means it's April Fool's Day. So I'm not going to joke with anyone. I'm not going to call my husband and say like, I'm pregnant, because I can't, because I'm too old, but today should be a fun day. Play some jokes on some people. My grandson Beckham, happy birthday, Beckham Gormley. It's his birthday today. And I'm excited to have RenataSmith with us today, another member of the LEAP community. We have amazing women in this community that are making huge impacts, that are just doing amazing things. And I want Renata to share with us, we talk about our health a lot, especially as you get older, right? We talk about our health, and we know that there's things like degenerative disc disease and, heart attacks and all these things that happen. And our bodies don't produce everything it used to when we were younger. So as we're aging, what is regenerative health? First of all, I'd love to learn about that and how it can impact our daily life. What do we need to be focusing on, or what maybe are we not focused on? So Renata, I'd love to hear a little bit about your story and how you got into wanting to help individuals really focus on this.
Yeah, thank you. Well, thank you for having me. I'm super excited about this. Didn't think I'd be doing it on April Fool's Day, but hey, it's not a joke. Our health is not a joke.
Not a joke.
Yeah. So, and people, you've heard people say, your health is wealth, right? If you don't have your health, no matter how much money you have, it's not going to matter, because if you don't have your health, that's the key thing. So as you said, when we age, we start paying more attention to it. Hopefully, people will pay more attention to it younger, but as we age, we start noticing things changing. Our body starts, having all sorts of different issues. And in our world now, unfortunately, we are impacted by so many things, the quality of our water, the quality of the air we breathe, the quality of our food. There's so many things that can impact our day-to-day health and the toxicity of what's going on in our world. So about a year and a half ago, a friend of mine invited me to an event about stem cell regeneration. And I was having problems with my shoulder, and she was having problems with her shoulder. And we travel a lot, and, trying to, go through the airport and do your shoulder thing like that. And so she told me about this meeting about stem cell regeneration. I was like, oh, I'm going to go check it out. And so I went to a meeting, and I learned about the science, and I learned about the technology. I learned about this company that's been around for 20 years in regenerative health. And I was like very intrigued. And then I started listening to people's stories and testimonies on how our solution, so to speak, had helped them. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. So my sister's a physical therapist, so I've always been aware of light therapy and different modalities that she has used. So I'm very open to alternative methods of healing. And so when they started talking about light therapy and it being in a patch, and the patch looks literally simple like this, I'm like, okay, I need to try this. I didn't have great medical insurance, and I knew a MRI and a orthopedic appointment was going to cost me $1,500 to $2,000. And I'd been that route. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to give this a try. And so first couple of weeks, I noticed using the technology, I started having better sleep. I started having more energy. Brain fog and clarity, things were changing. I was like, this is wild, that this little patch could do this, right? So this little patch is basically light therapy, and I can get into details. It's not important to get into details. You can go to my website at thriveonpatches.com and watch a video on it to understand the technology. But basically what we're doing is we're regenerating your stem cells. And there's nothing like it out there in the world. So instead of getting stem cell injections, which a lot of people have heard of, they're very expensive. They don't necessarily work. We don't know where they're coming from. Can be very unethical, in my opinion, on where they're coming from. So we have figured out a solution for that. So it took about 2.5 months for my shoulder to get full mobility, and I can do handstands now. I can do everything with it. I'm in no pain. I can sleep on it. And so I just started noticing more and more changes, and I started learning more about the company, and I just fell in love with it. And just the ability to be able to give people a potential health solution was just it was on my heart, and that's how it all started.
I love that. And that's thriveonpatches.com. And so that'll
Correct.
get them where they need to be to get more information and to connect directly with you. So what have you seen the impact? You talked about your life and others that you had heard about when you started down this journey to really start trying it for yourself. I mean, first of all, I just immediately pictured you in a headstand, by the way, when you said that, like stand. I don't know if you do them on the wall or what, but I do know that I've had several injuries on my shoulders over the years with working out and going to the gym. So what are some of the clients that you've worked with? What have you seen changes in them when they've come to you and said, hey, I have this going on with my body, or will this help me? Because this is a natural way of healing your body. And I think we should talk about that for a second.
Yeah. So the patches, there's nothing going into your bloodstream. It's non-transdermal. So it can't go into your body and affect a medication. So it has no impact on any medications because it's not going into your bloodstream, right? So as far as impacts, so that is a huge thing. So I can give you third-party testimonies, but I've had so many friends, so many clients that had such major changes. My friend Diane in Gold Canyon started patching. She had a lot of medical issues. And let me say this, we don't ever claim to cure anything, but almost every imaginable symptom that you have, we can be impactful. For instance, Diane started patching, and within 4 weeks, her blood pressure went from over in the 200s all the way back down to like 137/80. She was able to get off pain medication. She literally is 68 years old, and she said, I feel like I'm in my 40s. She went from literally sitting in a chair all day in pain all the time to getting up and quilting again and walking, and just her quality of life drastically changed. We have had people in our team locally that have gone from wheelchairs and walkers to hiking. It is just incredible changes. People getting off thyroid medication. We have a pain patch that can take you from a 10 pain to a 0 pain in 10 minutes with nothing going in your bloodstream. So when you have, like you said, natural, holistic healing opportunities, why wouldn't you try something like that? On the negative side, the U.S. uses 80% of the worldwide pharmaceuticals. We have become accustomed in the United States to take a pill for a symptom, and then you have more symptoms, and then you take more pills. So if you can try something natural that can give you internal healing, why wouldn't you? So it's we claim reverse aging because we technically have medically proven that when you use these patches, you are reversing your aging because you're regenerating your own stem cells. Pretty cool technology.
Yeah. And for those that are just hearing this for the first time, it really is true. I mean, I've worked with many pharmacists that have hired me to help them establish a business because they're tired of being Pez dispensers. They said, we are just tired of constantly providing, giving medication. And we know that we're just treating symptoms. And most of them, because of their schooling, know that that's not getting to the root cause, that if you get to the root cause and focus on the root cause, then they can get rid of all of those. So many pharmacists will go into business wanting to help people get off those medications, over time, so that they're able to maintain a healthy balance for their life. So, I mean, we're talking pharmacists and doctors are wanting to move away from that kind of Western medical and move into more of the natural. So So you said it's a patch. So is this
Yes.
a patch you put on once a day? Is this a patch that you wear several days? Like, you know how they have disposable contacts, you just wear them once, or you can
Yeah.
wear them for a week? Or so
Yep.
tell
Right.
us a little bit about the patch. What is it like? Is it just like a little sticky thing you put on your
Yep.
body?
Yep. It literally looks like this. It's just a little white patch. It's actually two pieces of plastic with organic crystals inside that creates the light therapy effect with your body. You put it on in the morning, you take it off at night. So it's called X39, and it was developed about 6 years ago is when it came on the market, and all the Asian countries it blew up because they are so into holistic medicine over there, or holistic healing, and it's really taking off in the United States in the last few years. Again, people looking for alternatives. So you put it on in the morning, take it off at night, put a new one on in the morning. So we sell it in it's called a sleeve of 30 patches for the month. Very reasonable. Wholesale pricing is $100. And so I looked at it like that. I was like, okay, I can do about 6 months. We recommend doing it for 1 month for every decade that you are, to give your time the respect and time it needs to heal,
Okay.
as well as give the respect to the product itself, to the patches. We also,
So
like
if
I
you're
said,
40, you would do it for 4 months, to really see the benefits. If you're 30,
correct.
3 months, 60,
Correct.
6 months. Okay.
Perfect. Yep. And not just, I mean, like for me, I was like, I'm just going to do it for 6 months, but I kept seeing changes. And I even posted on my Instagram over the course of the year, all the changes that I had seen, and continue to see, because it's continually to make changes in my body.
Yeah.
So, and then again, that's the foundational patch, but we have other ones like a pain patch. We have glutathione. A lot of people are familiar with glutathione. It is a natural it's an immunity booster and detoxifier. We have a patch that can literally elevate your glutathione levels 300% within 24 hours.
Wow.
So it's amazing to explore it and just read more. We have Zoom calls that are international, national, Arizona. We have in-person events. But the main thing is, I didn't know about it. And I went to my pharmacist, my compounding pharmacist, and I said, do you know about this? And he goes, yeah. And I said, are you using them? He goes, yeah. And I said, how long have you known about him? He said, 2 years. And I'm like, why didn't you tell me? Right. So that's the way I felt about it. And so
Yeah.
I've had great success. I've had so many clients that had incredible success getting off of migraine medication, getting off of all sorts of medications, and just feeling better, sleeping better, energy wise, all of that. So it's when you know something, you want to share it with people. So
Yeah.
that's how this all was born. And I love being able to impact people and help people in that way.
I'm glad you said that, because that's really the point. Knowledge is power. And that's why we're here. Every Monday, we're here to give people more knowledge for more power for the choices that they get to make for their
Exactly.
lives, whether
Mhm.
it's their physical bodies, whether it's for a business decision, whether it's a career decision, whatever that looks like, we're showing you options so that you have that choice. So when they go to this website,
Mhm.
thriveonpatches.com, what do you suggest that they do? Schedule a time with you,
So
to learn more about them specifically?
correct. So the first thing you'll see on the video is a short video explaining the technology. You continue down, it gives you more information. It's got picture testimonials, video testimonials, doctors' testimonials, and then you can dive into the patents and the medical studies if you want to. Then there's a contact me button, and just reach out to me. I like to help people because I want to talk with them and find out what they're struggling with, what their concerns are, and then make recommendations. So anybody can go buy any product, but part of the reason this was set up as a business the way it is because we want people creating that relationship and helping, and that community of people to be able to help answer questions and guide and all of that type of stuff. So my number's on there. You can fill out the form and reach back out to me, and we can go from there.
Renata, thank you so much for being here today. Being a member of the LEAP community, you bring so much value. I know that it's definitely time for my husband and I to have that conversation with you. So I'm excited to be able to look into that as well for myself. I do a lot of water cleanses and IVs and a lot of things physically for my body and my health, and working out and staying healthy. But it never hurts to do more, right? To have
Right.
more opportunities, produce more stem cells, whatever that looks like. And I know how much that can heal our body and turn back the clock. It really does. Your metabolic age becomes younger. So that's really how old you are, is your metabolic age, right? So I think that's so important. And you've got some amazing studies. So we'll be having a conversation with you soon. And thank you so much for being here today with us and being a member of the LEAP community. And to all of you out there, happy Easter Monday. And we hope that you have a wonderful week. Think about it. Is your health where you want your health to be? Or is it time for you to click on thriveonpatches.com and then go to the website and book a call with Renata? I say knowledge is power. So this is a great chance to get a little bit more knowledge for yourself.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it was really wonderful. For all of you, have a wonderful week. Goodbye. Be you, be strong, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.